Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you do not know who I am, my name is Cal. I've been profitably day trading for between 6 months and a year now. In today's video, it's going to be split up into two different sections. So the first section is going to be live recording from my Discord stream, where I alerted this 1.5 hour trade to my entire Discord, and everybody caught that alongside me. And then the second part of this video is going to be me breaking down this trade from start to finish, showing you guys the analysis and how I catch moves like this every single week inside the market. So make sure you stick around for that, and let's jump straight into the live recording. Let's see how this 5 minute closes, because obviously we've had news now. Yeah, I went break even on that sweep, and then I would obviously target higher because this is on the 5 minute time frame. But yeah, I do like this 5 minute. This 5 minutes the best out of any of them. Let me just make that clear. So that's the rear. I'm entering there. That's my entry there. Break even will be at the top of this trendline liquidity. Yeah, very good enough risk to reward. Yeah, so I'll scale there and then full TP at the hourly high. Which is that a 5 minute intermediate term high? Yeah, 5 minute intermediate term high there. So yeah, risk for 60. So this is I set limits for partials. Just right click, sell limit, and limit sell, and then press however many you want to limit sell. And that would have been my break even anyway, so that's fine. First TP for me is not until the scale point up here. We should definitely run through all this liquidity now, all this trendline liquidity. I really like how I've just put that 5 minute OB in as well. I really do like that. I'll be scaling for a 0.9R and then full tip profit at. Come on, NQ. And boom. So I'm most of my position out there. Wow. So that is mostly me out there. That is huge. And then blast through the high and boom. There we go. There we go. All out there. Okay, so hopefully that was quite sort of informative how I executed and how I called everything out. And if you are interested in joining my Discord, the link's in my bio. You can join the free section of my Discord, obviously, 100% free. Click the link in my bio to get involved in that. There's trade recaps and everything in there for free. Then obviously the paid live streams as well. But I think the value is unreal. As you can hear in the recording, I called out exactly when I got in, where I was scaling and where I was taking profit. So if you're interested in that, join the Discord for more information. But yeah, let's jump into this trade breakdown. So I do want to start on the higher time frame. So let's start on this hourly. So the hourly time frame is how I got my daily bias today. And the reason for that is because when I go into the 4 hour, it's not really showing us too much. There's not really anything obvious. This high doesn't really mean much. This low doesn't really mean much because it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, did we hold this or did we inverse this fair value gap? We inversed this fair value gap by like a tick. So, and then we've rejected. So the 4 hour didn't show me much. So I went down to the hourly to look at the bias for today, which was a lot more telling than the 4 hour. As you can see, we're delivering absolutely perfectly from this hourly gap right here on the higher time frame. So if you're wondering what I'm doing now, this is more just like bias breakdown and how I was looking for my daily bias on the day. So we're delivering perfectly from this 1 hour fair value gap. Not only that, but we then went ahead and inversed this really, really obvious 1 hour bearish gap. So we inversed this, closed above this. So the second we close above here like this, I want to see this hourly high. This is a high inside of a fair value gap, which is a very, very strong draw on liquidity. So obviously you don't take trades off the hourly, but I knew exactly what my bias was. I knew that I wanted to see this hourly intermediate term high hit in this New York AM session. So I went down to the 15 minute time frame. Next, at market open, we were here. So we're in this big bullish candle. I wasn't expecting to get a move because I just thought we were going to just pump up off a market open, but thankfully we didn't. What else was very telling was this 15 minute gap. So obviously that hourly gap inverse was what we used on the higher time frame. Sorry, this 15 minute gap up here, not the one down there. This 15 minute gap here. So we're respecting this 15 minute fair value gap. As you can see, respecting this perfectly multiple times. So yeah, that was an extra confluence. and then I wanted to see price come back up, deliver out this Favaya gap, and then we get an inverse on either the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, or the 5 minute time frame. So I like to get the best entry possible. So first of all, I went down to the 1 minute time frame. As you can see, there was potential entries here. Entry there on the 1 minute. There's more entries on the 2 and the 3 here as well. Now, I actually did enter on the 3 minute time frame first. So I entered here, but I was actually very, very aggressive on the break even here. We had news, so I was extremely aggressive. So I got out when we retook the first high. So I got out break even on this 3 minute trade. Now, in hindsight, when we've got news, the best thing to do is to wait until news has played out and then take the entry. As you can see here, news has already played out, but after news, we got this massive 5 minute candle print to the upside, inversing this 5 minute fair value gap, making it a 5 minute inverse fair value gap. So we got this massive candle here print. So this was where I took my entry, as you heard me call out. I'm in here. This is my entry. Not only this, but we also obviously we had the delivery, but this sweep here, this is important to note. Obviously we have a sweep on sell side liquidity, which is part of my model as well. But this was also an SMT with ES, the S&P 500 futures, meaning that NQ had taken out this low and we hadn't taken it out on ES. We actually left equal lows here on ES, which does not count as sweep in the low. So we had an SMT there with ES. And that was our sort of sweep and SMT. We had the delivery and then we had the 5 minute inverse fair value gap. We also had, on the lower time frame, it's more obvious to see, this nice little engineered liquidity at the top. You see how all these lows are kind of in sort of a trend line. This is important because above every single one of these highs, sorry, highs, not lows, every single one of these highs has stop orders resting above them in sort of a trend line, waiting for price to fill those orders and take it out. That was extra confidence. That was a really good break-even point for this trade. So yeah, as you saw in the recording, this was my break-even. I did actually move at the start of the trend line. Let me just show you where I moved here. So I did actually move my stop to break-even here. And the reason for this is because when we start to run this trend line, when we start to run all these orders here, you should see price come straight through them. You shouldn't see us sweep any of these highs then come back down. So I know if we sweep this first high, price comes back down and stops me out at break even, there's a very high chance it's going to come even lower and would have hit my stop loss anyway. So this is just protecting my account capital, holding this at break even. So I went to break even a little bit earlier, which is fine. That's how I trade. I trade very, very carefully, manage my capital very, very cautiously, which I do not believe is a bad thing at all. So obviously then we had that hourly target that I spoke about earlier when I was looking at the bias. That was a clear final take profit point. But one of my rules is I like to take most of my profit off around a 1R because I don't like floating in profit and not taking profit off the table. So we entered here on this 5 minute inverse. My full take profit was this 1 hour intermediate term high. We had stop loss to break even, extremely close, but it just looks closer than it is on because it's on the 5 minute chart. It was actually about 14 points up, just because we're going for a very long target here and a wide stop. So it's not actually that close. For example, if you go down to the 1 minute, it doesn't look that close at all. So for my 1R target, I was looking for a prominent high sort of around the 1R mark. So this is what I went with this high here as a place to take my first profits at 0.9 risk to reward, which is within my rules. Has to be a minimum of a 0.8 risk to reward to take the first profits, and it has to be a nice liquidity level. So what I actually did here is I took it on the entry into this 5 minute fair value gap, just in case we did reject this. So that's where I took my first profits. So that was TP1. And then the final part of my position we took off at the intermediate term high right at the top. So that's been the full trade breakdown here, as well as my live recording. Any questions, do let me know in the comments, or join my Discord, drop me a DM, type in the Discord, and I'll try to answer the questions. Hopefully this has been detailed enough. This has been a lot more detailed than my usual trade breakdowns. I think this was very, very clear. A lot of people were saying about. I'll just cover this quickly. We have had a data low here, which is a very, very strong draw on liquidity. So it's basically the candle that forms off of red folder news. So we had red folder news at 10 o'clock, formed a nice data low. Now, the reason I wasn't interested in this is because I obviously had the higher time frame bias, and when after this data low, we got that 5-minute inverse, which is the entry that I actually took. Now, we can only go to a draw on liquidity if price shows we are heading in that direction. Does this 5-minute candle here, how strongly it's displaced, show us in any way, shape or form that we're going to come down to this data low? Absolutely not. So I, in this case, faded the data low and stuck with my buy side targets and my higher time frame analysis in order to take this, and yeah, made about $600 per account on this trade. So really, really nice trade. And yeah, like I said, any questions, let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure to drop a like if this has helped you. I'll see you guys in the next one.